Hey everybody, I am Lori Kutsch. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to make a thank you card using the Close to My Heart Artistry cartridge. This is the brand new one that just became available with this catalog on August 1st. So there's some really cute things in here and I think you'll really like it. But today I'm making a thank you card from my mother-in-law, and I'm going to use this little mason jar with some flowers. And I pre-cut everything on my Cricut Explorer, so you don't have to watch me cut. I also pre-put all the little pieces through my Xyron so that they wouldn't get lost. So there's my thank you. I wrote that with the Cricut. So let's get started. What I did first is I took a piece of Close to My Heart Colonial White cardstock and I cut it at 4 1/4 by 11. So that when I fold it, let me fold it here, we're going to have a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card, which is a standard card base. Okay, and then I took a piece of Close to My Heart cardstock and I cut it at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 to fit right over the top. Then I took another piece of the Colonial White and cut it at 4 and 5 1/4. And we're going to run this through my Big Shot and emboss it with one of the Close to My Heart embossing folders. Kind of has flowers on it. Hope you can see that. I don't know what it's called. And we're going to add the embellishments to it. So for starters, let's go ahead and run this through the Big Shot and get that done. So you just put the piece of paper in the folder where you want it to be. Make your little sandwich. You always run it with the crease going in first. Got my machine. My machine has a platform. Ta-da! So, oops, sorry, I hit that. I always hit that. I try not to. I have a very cramped little space, so I'm going to go like this, run it through that way, and then put my little plate sandwich on there. And, oh, sorry. Let me move this out of the way. Start running it through. I have a glass of wine sitting right there. I don't want that to spill. Oh, goodness, you guys, I am sorry. I'm a mess today. And then you just get all this out of your way. Hopefully you have a bigger area than I do. Okay. Then you just take your piece of paper out of the folder. Can you see that? How cool that is? Very nice, deep embossed things there. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to put my ribbon on the top. I should have got all this stuff out before we started. So I'm just going to run some adhesive along the back. And then I'm going to take my oh my goodness, my pieces that I ran through the Xyron, and I just take my little pointy tool and run around the edges. This helps so you don't get residual sticky coming off with you and being on the front of your card. you don't have a Xyron, oh, I love mine. And then I'm just going to peel them off because I made stickers. And stick it on my ribbon. Now next is, I should have done this already, but the mason jar and the flowers. There's multiple layers to these flowers, so they're really small. And I didn't want to lose them, so that's why I ran them through the Xyron first. And this is all right off of the Artistry cartridge. And then that little heart that came out of here, I think I'm going to use it on the inside of my card. Okay, now what I did, because if you look at this, I wanted my stems to be green, and so then when I put my my little pink flower over the top, then the green would have shown through. So I copied this in Design Space, and then I put a square right here, and I sliced it, and so that took off. Actually, I used a heart first, and then the square. But you'll see this little piece here. I kind of added that in so that I can put this over here, and then put my pink on top of it, and then I'll get yellow in the center of my flower. So I hope that makes sense. You'll see here in just a second. And then I'm just going to put these here, about where I want my mason jar to be. And I'm going to take this little piece and I'm going to just stick it over that because I don't want the green showing through. You're not going to see the yellow either, except for in the center of the flower. And then I'm going to take my little tweezers, because these are really little, and put my flower tops on. Of course, I use my Cricut tweezers. I have others, but these just always end up being my go-to because they're right there on that little carousel. And then I'm going to put my jar. And it wasn't perfectly straight, but I'm pushing it and moving it around. And then my flower. Now, like I said, this yellow piece I just added so that it would not be green in the center of my flower. I didn't want a green center. So I just need to find how this lines up. There we go. And then there's this little tiny pink dot. And it goes in the center here, like so. So there's our card front. Now we're just going to put some adhesive all over the back. And because this is embossed, I'm going to use more than I normally would. I just really don't want this coming up. I'm going to center it on my piece of blue cardstock. This is actually, I believe, Peacock on the close to my heart line. And that's not centered. Redo. This is really hard to do looking over a camera. I need a new camera. One that's not in my way. And then some more on the back of this to go on my card front. There is my thank you card. I'm going to put this little heart that came out of here on the inside here when I write my embellishment. Put it down here in the corner. Or my sentiment. Oh my goodness, it is late. And then I'm going to send this to my mother-in-law. So everything I did in here, I did off of the Artistry cartridge, except for the font. That came in Design Space. It was a writing font, and I think it was called Cricut Alphabet is the one I used, and then I just used the Cricut fine tip pens to write that on there. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to get this cartridge, all the information for how to get it is going to be in the comments below this video, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.